What's going on, family?
Hi.
Look, so many people are wondering, Ryan, Monica, how do you guys find balance in your relationship with spiritual routine, with work, with fun, with leisure, with vacations, with everything that you guys are doing, recording these videos? You guys seem like you have so much that's going on in your life. How are you guys able to find the balance? Well, one of the things that Monica and I do is we schedule out our time. Now we leave some things that are spontaneous because we are definitely variety-driven people. We love surprises. We love when things just pop up, or we wake up and we say, baby, let's move to Florida. Or we say, let's go on vacation.
Yesterday.
So there's definitely some major things that just come out of nowhere. So we don't plan out our whole life. We don't plan out our whole year. We have goals, we have intentions. But on a smaller scale, there are certain things that we do plan out in order to make the most of our time each and every day. Because a lot of people wonder, they say, you know, what's the major difference between somebody who's really wealthy or a very happy person or a poor and depressed person? No, normally they're not always linked together. You can have a depressed rich person and a happy poor person. But what's the difference between somebody who's really happy and somebody who's really depressed? Well, the best way to examine the difference is by looking at their habits. Monica, we decided, you know, hey, we have to schedule out our life. We have to schedule out our happiness. We have to schedule out our time together. Why is it important for somebody to not look at it in a sense of, oh, that's so routine, that's so boring? Because I know at a time you thought that, but you have adopted a different mentality of, I welcome a routine, I welcome a schedule into my life. How did that change?
It wasn't anything like boring. It was things that were gonna help us. Like we planned out getting up earlier. When you get up earlier, you have way more time to do everything you want to do.
Absolutely.
Like if you get up at 5 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever the time that's gonna help you, and you start your day earlier, you're gonna get a lot more done. So we had to schedule in our time from starting from 5 a.m., even before 5 a.m., because we had to get up at 4:45 to go to the gym. Then, you know, we would go on a service. We had everything planned, and I did think at some point that's so boring. I don't like when everything's so planned. You know, like we already have everything else planned. Like we go to the meetings at a certain day, we go preaching at a certain, you know, like it was too much. But it's an advantage to having it planned because then you could throw in certain things that you do want to do. Like, babe, let's go on a vacation. Okay, yeah, let's fit it in. Like we'll do it here, you know, because we already had everything else planned.
Absolutely.
You know, like I saw it in the good side because I was looking at it in a negative way, but it did help us. We started out our day early. When you start your day out early, you have so much more time to do other things. By the time it was 10 o'clock, we already had done what half of the people, you know, would have done in half their day. Because a lot of people start their day at 9. You know, at 8, at 9, at 8, at 9, and then, you know, by the next thing you know, it's 5 o'clock. So time does fly, and we had an advantage over that. A lot of people think, I have to sleep 8 hours. You don't have to sleep 8 hours. Who says you have to sleep 8? I just need 4 hours to be fine. I don't know about you, you probably need just 2. You need 2 and you're like super hyped, but it's just a mentality. At the end of the day, it's all your mentality, like what you're thinking, what you were taught. You know, you need to sleep at a certain time, and you cannot get up after that. If you don't sleep that much time, like you just won't be okay. Like your day will be bad. Like if you don't sleep a certain time, and it comes down to your mentality.
100%, and that's why I wanted to ask Monica, because she's experienced that difference of the change. See, I welcome, you know, pretty much everything into my life, so I don't really try to challenge too much, but my wife loves to challenge things. So when I brought something to her attention, I said, you know, hey, I want to schedule out our life. I want to schedule out every minute of every day, of every hour, of every week, of every month. And my wife said, oh, no. I like variety, I like surprises. That's too boring, that's too routine. I don't want to do that. So I wanted to ask her that because she has a wonderful point of view for those of you who are watching and saying, oh, that's how they find balance in their life? Oh, no, that's too much. I can't do that. That sounds boring. But the discipline of living by this schedule, the discipline of living by this routine will actually give you the freedom. Discipline equals freedom. And the reason why is because when you're not disciplined, do you have the freedom of being able to eat whatever you want, No. Because then when you get diagnosed with diabetes or disease, because you didn't take care of your body, you're getting things taken away from your life. If you get diagnosed with a cancer or an illness because you didn't take care of your body, or because you didn't eat right, or because you didn't have the right routine in place in order to avoid that, or to take these precautions so you didn't get diagnosed with any of these diseases or illnesses or problems in your life, now you don't have the freedom. When you are so broke and you don't have the freedom of, hey, I want to go work for this company, I want this kind of job. You don't have that freedom, right? When you're that broke, you have to just do whatever's handed to you. You have to go work whatever you want. You have to go be wherever you want. They say you need to be. You don't have the freedom that comes along with having enough money or having the skill set, because you didn't have the discipline in place that allowed you to build that skill set. You didn't have the discipline in place to work longer hours. You see, discipline 100% does equal freedom. And I'm just listing a couple examples, but the reality is, if you follow this schedule, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, week by week, month by month, you'll have the freedom that you want. What is it that you want most in life? People, well, how do you schedule this and this and this? Because we schedule it out. We don't leave things to chance. Most people, they wake up like an accident. They just go to bed whenever they feel like it. They wake up whenever they feel like it. The only reason why they'll wake up early is because of work, or because they have to be somewhere in the morning because there's an appointment or a meeting or an assembly or a major thing happening.
Look, if your goal is to have a life more like ours, where we can travel, we do things, we go out in service, we go to our meetings, we go to our assemblies,
right.
You know, balanced, everything balanced, and we have that freedom to do it in life. Anything, if you have a goal and
right.
That's your goal, everything's gonna come down to discipline and consistency. Mm-hmm. You have to be disciplined and you have to be consistent at it. Mm-hmm. You just can't say, well, that's what they said and let me start. And right. Then, you know, 2 weeks later, it's like, oh, this is not working. Right. You know, you have to stick to it. Mm-hmm. Anything in life, you need discipline and consistency. Those are the two things that you need at it. And eventually, you're going to have that freedom and that liberty to do, you know, a lot of different things. Obviously, with, you know, being moderate, not too, you know, crazy, but having a balanced life where you can do everything. Because I think as us being witnesses, we feel like sometimes we don't have enough time because we're so involved with everything else. But you have to make the time. If that means you have to sleep less and get up early, that's gonna take work. That's not easy. That's not easy. We had like 10 alarms before we actually got up. But we had this thing where 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm up. Right. I gotta go. We gotta go. If we don't do this, we're not gonna have time to do what we wanna do. Right. You know, it all comes down to that. It's just, you can't just do it for a week and then give up, or every Tuesday and then, you know, start again. Like, no, you have to be consistent. You have to keep at it. And that's the only way you're gonna see results, and you're gonna have the time and the balance in your life to do other things that you want to do.
Because the reality is, I challenge you to schedule out and examine what you're doing on a daily, consistent basis. What time are you waking up? I challenge you. Take the time to write down your entire routine, even though you don't have one, even if you do have one. Schedule it out, because I can guarantee that you're wasting time. You're spending time on things that aren't fulfilling. You're spending time on things that aren't moving you forward. You're spending time on things that aren't helping you reach your goals. You're spending time on things that are wasteful. Because I can guarantee, I hate when people say, well, I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to preach. I don't have the time to help others. I don't have the time to serve this person. I don't have the time to take care of my body. I barely have time with my kids, my husband, my spouse, my routine for studying, for work. That's a lie. And that is 100% lie. Because I can guarantee you could find the time. Because when you were first dating, if you're married or you're engaged, when you were first dating, did you find the time to speak to your woman that you were so crazy about? Did you find the time to speak to your man that you were so crazy about? Of course you did, right? You did it during work, during lunch breaks, any opportunity you had, you found the time to text them, message them, call them. Why? Because that's what was important to you. You'll do what's most important to you. If escaping is most important to you, watching Netflix, watching TV, running away from the reality of your life, then you'll find the time to do that. Because if you cut out those things, you'll be able to take control of your life and do what you feel is most important. Monica and I, we're able to go to the gym because that's important to us. If it wasn't, we wouldn't find the time. We'd say, oh no, I have to, I have to get 8 hours. I have to get 8 hours. I have to sleep well.
We go to sleep at a certain time and we get up at a certain time. Even if that means we can't watch our shows, but like we have things that we like to do.
Have to be disciplined.
I'm like, babe, we gotta turn off the TV. Let's go. And we go to bed, even if we want to, because sadly to watch things that we want to watch, we stay up late.
Right.
And then that's why we don't get up early, because watching the program that we wanted to watch, or whatever you want to do at night, it was more important to you. But you have to prioritize what's more important. You know, if you take care of yourself, you have the energy to do this. You have the energy to do that. Then if you have the energy to work out and take care of yourself, then you have the energy to work harder and make money.
100%.
And then you have the energy to go out and service. And then if you're making more money, you have the you have the time to go out on vacation whenever you please to go. Like, let's go on a vacation. Let's go. Like, what's holding you back? So everything helps. Everything is a snowball effect. That's what you said. Yeah. It's a snowball effect. If you take care of yourself and you're disciplined, it's gonna show. You're gonna see results. 100%. But you have to be consistent.
100%. So family, the reality is, how do we find balance? We schedule out every minute of every second of every day, of every week, of every month on a regular, consistent basis. Now we're having checkups, so things change in our life. When we decided to take on, different things, where we decided to commit to going to the gym, boom, that's implemented in our schedule. YouTube videos, boom, implemented into our schedule. Responding to you guys on social media, implemented into our schedule. Writing posts on social media, implemented into our schedule. What time do we pray together? What time, like literally, it's that serious. What time do we wake up together? What time do we eat our breakfast? Hey, we're fasting till 12. We don't eat in the mornings. We have everything that reminds us of our daily disciplines in our schedule, going off all day long, every second. And the reality is, once you do it for the first week, first month, it becomes your identity. Your habits become your identity.
And it's not to say that sometimes we're off schedule, because it does happen. We're not perfect. Yeah. It happens constantly sometimes, but we have to get back into the schedule. And the point is that you have it scheduled there, and you have it on your phone. And the phone, actually, we both have the reminders at the same time. Yeah. Like 10,000 reminders during the day. And I laugh sometimes because I'm like, babe, these reminders are like,
so great.
It's like bling, 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 like one after the other. I'm like, oh my gosh, but it does keep you in check. So
and it's
that's
those
the
constant
thing.
Reminders, those triggers that go off.
Yeah, that's the thing, that you are gonna probably not be able to do it, but the thing is to get back at it and do it again. Like keep consistency, keep 100%. Doing it. It's gonna be hard, but until it's part of you. Yep. It's part of you. That's the, like, there's days I'm like, I'm just gonna take the day off from the gym today. Right. I'm like, no, I have to get up. I have to go to the gym. Yep. Because I feel bad already. It's already part of me. Right. I have to do it. Right. If I don't go to the gym, I just feel like my whole day was just wasted. Yeah. I got up late. Now 100%. I could have done 4 things before I got up. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's my mentality. Like, I'm like, why did I do that? I feel guilty, so I'd rather just go to the gym.
Right, because the other thing is, you're either gonna follow through or not follow through. You're either gonna follow through on this new routine that you schedule out. So examine your life. These are the steps, family. Starting today, after this video, examine what you spend your time on. Write it all down. I just watched TV for 20 minutes. I just ate for this long. I woke up at this time. I worked for this long. I did this after work. I didn't know what to do. I was on social media for this many minutes, this many hours. And you might find this fanatical, but this is what you need to do to examine where you are. And then you have to see, okay, what are the goals I want to hit? I want to have a better body. I want to spend more time with my wife, my husband, my kids, my family. I want to preach more. I want to have a spiritual routine. I want to, have more prayer, more meditation. I want to have more fun. I want to go places. I want to have a alone time. Whatever it is, what are those goals? And then figure out what you have to schedule into your life in order to hit those goals. Oh, you want to spend more time with your wife? Schedule it. You want to spend more time with your kids? Schedule it. You want to have a better spiritual routine? Schedule it. You want to have nice walks in nature? Schedule it. Whatever you want to achieve, don't leave it up to chance, because if it's up to chance, you will not accomplish any of these goals ever. Ever, 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 ever. You can't just say, oh, I want this, and then not do anything to attain that. Because it's not going to happen. Your wife's going to leave you. Your kids aren't going to love you. You're not going to have the body you want. You won't have the money you deserve. You won't have the relationship with God that you feel like you're entitled to or that you wish that you had. You're not going to have a great level of spirituality. You're not going to have that amazing life that you're trying to chase and go after and achieve because you're not scheduling it out. So the other thing is, are you creating enough pain when you don't follow through? When we don't wake up in the morning, man, what's wrong with us?
That's what I just
What
said.
are we thinking, Monica?
No.
I can't believe I didn't take care of my body today. We didn't do this today. I didn't eat right. We're creating a lot of guilt, not to make us feel bad as a person, but making us feel bad.
It's good because then I just do it.
Right.
I'd rather go and not feel
Right.
that guilt that I have.
Right.
And it's
And it
an
comes
advantage to
to
me
the
at the
pain.
end.
Right.
It's an advantage to me at the end because even when we're on vacation, I have to do what I got to do because I'm scheduled. My body is used to doing what I have to do.
Yep. And that's the reality, friends. You know, how much pain is there? Do you have more pain associated to getting up early? Oh no, that's too painful. Because if that's the case, then you'll never get up early. You'll never go to the gym. You'll never spend time with your wife. You'll never spend time with your husband. You'll never schedule out your life. No, there's too much pain associated to that. Or do you have the right amount of pain associated to not doing that? Look, it's painful to get up in the morning. We agree. But we have more pain associated to the feeling of guilt of not getting up. We have more pain associated to the feeling of, hey, now I'm overweight. Now I don't feel confident. Now I didn't take care of my body. Now I didn't do what I said I was going to do. We have way more pain associated to that, and that's why we get up in the morning.
It's more painful because the whole point of our schedule and everything we do is to make more time, to do more.
Correct.
So if I didn't do what I had to do, it's my fault I don't have more time.
Yep.
It's my fault.
Right. You gotta take
something.
responsibility.
I could have done something, and now I don't have time to do
100%.
everything I want to do.
Yep.
And that's gonna move me backwards instead of moving me forward. So that's the thing. You have to stick to it. If you really, really are looking for more time and more ways to do different things, you have to make the time.
Yep.
Even if that means sleep less.
Yep.
You have to make the time.
Yep.
I used to work overnight sometimes, nursing. I used to work overnight. I didn't sleep at night. You think I went home and slept?
Nope.
No. I took a nap,
You
baby.
go back to your schedule.
And then I took a nap later, but I used to go home and do everything I had to do, go out and service, and that's just me.
Right.
That's just, I'm not telling you.
I used to work overnight years ago cleaning. I would sleep 2 hours, then preach from 6 to 4.
He didn't.
6 a.m. to 4 p.m., then sleep for 2 hours, go back to work, sleep for 2 hours. I just slept 4 hours every day. I was pioneer, I was doing everything.
And I know that some of you might say, well, that's bad. You're gonna get sick.
Right.
But that's all goes back to your mentality.
Right.
If you're gonna tell yourself, I'm gonna get sick because I'm not sleeping,
No, that's
guess
this
what?
and this and this
you're
and this.
gonna
You're
get
never gonna
sick.
follow through.
You're gonna get
Right.
sick because you're gonna make yourself sick.
Right.
It's not, your body gets used to whatever you do to it. Like if you get into a routine where that's what you give it, it's gonna take it. And we're made so wonderfully by Jehovah that we can take anything. But if we're telling ourselves mentally we're gonna get sick because I haven't slept and I haven't ate well, you're gonna get sick and you're not gonna feel well.
Yeah. So family, this is going to be a continuation. We have so much to say on this subject because this is what allows us to have the life that we have. This is what will allow you and set you up to have the life that you want to have. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. It really assures us that you're enjoying our videos. Comment below. Are you committed to writing out your daily routine? Are you committed to having a new schedule in your life? Write down, I'm committed. And what are you committed to doing? What are the goals that you're committed to hitting? We'd love to hear from you. All right, family, if you know somebody that could benefit, please be sure to
share
with anybody you think could really enjoy this video. And if you haven't already done so, family, be sure to subscribe. We love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.